Hi guys, it's Wednesday, January 28th. Can you believe January's gone already? It's just unbelievable how, I know I always say that, how fast the time goes, but it just seems to fly by. So we had a big snowstorm like a lot of the country did. Um, Luckily, we just got all snow. I know there are people who got ice and are still dealing with power outages, so I just keep those people in my mind and in my prayers. I'm out here traipsing around in Mike's boots. They're kind of big on me, but it's okay because I don't have any boots of my own. It just doesn't snow that much here. But maybe I need to invest in some. But I've been really loving the way the snow looks. I love snow. From a child, when I lived in northern Indiana and we got the lake effect snows, I've always loved it and think it's beautiful. I haven't been out the past few days because it's just been bitterly cold, but today it's a little bit warmer and I thought I'd venture out and take some video. The cows that were in this pasture in front of our house have been moved to a different pasture now, and I miss them. I really loved looking out the windows and seeing them grazing out here, but apparently you have to move them from field to field periodically. I think it has to do with the type of grass they eat and, you know, when they kind of eat up most of the grass that's in one field, they move them to another. So it's just a bare field for now. I think Mike said this is the hay field, so I presume they will be, when it comes hay season, they'll be cutting hay from this field, but it sure is nice having this view out my office window. My father-in-law drove back and forth on our driveway to kind of pack the snow down so it'd be easier. But it's made it a little bit slick, I think. But at least we can get the cars out. There, my husband and my father-in-law are back there working now, taking care of the cattle. I feel so bad for them, for the cows. I feel bad for the men too, out working with them, but they get to come back home in the warm house, and the cows have to live out in this weather, and I do feel bad for them, but they seem to do okay, and I guess they're fur, and they have insulation that keeps them from freezing to death. They did check the two baby calves constantly to make sure they were okay, but they seem to be doing okay. It's like pretty as a picture out here. I always love the shadow of the trees on the snow. Looks so pretty. I'm walking very hesitantly because I'm afraid I'll slip and fall down. I think I'll be all right. I have these big clunky boots on my feet, which I'm not used to, and then it's a little bit hard packed and slick, but it's okay. I'm not afraid. I also like the way twigs and rocks and things stick up out of the snow. I love to paint that when I get a chance to sit down and paint. Speaking of painting, I'm going to take you in the house and show you something. But first, a little sunshine sparkles on the snow, if you can see that. I love the way the sun sparkles on the snow. So pretty. Okay, I'm back inside my office. I can't give you an office tour right now because I don't have it ready, but I don't have anything on the walls. I do have a little cabinet back here that I got because I just have I had a whole bedroom at the other house where I stashed a bunch of craft and art things, but I just have a small office now, and I don't have enough places to stash all the crafty stuff that I have. I'm not like a hoarder or anything. I don't have, I didn't have that whole room full, but I have little containers of things, ribbons and beads and things like that. And I've tried to put all my things in this room, all my books and painting, acrylic paints and watercolor paints and pens and markers and things like that. And it's just not big enough for the things I have. Also fabric. I really want to get a sewing machine this year. I'm gonna work on that because there are a lot of things. I'd like to make some curtains and things like that. I'd love to make some little clothes for my granddaughters. My mother-in-law used to do that for my kids all the time. She made the cutest little clothes for them, and I'd like to do that too. That sounds like something fun in retirement. I'm also thinking about crocheting and needlepoint embroidery, things like that. I'd like to try. I know how to crochet, but I'd like to do it more, and I'd like to learn embroidery. There's a lot of things I want to learn and want to do, but also there's so many things that I want to do to the house just because, it is a modular home, so everything is basic builder grade stuff, which is fine. It's functional, and I have thought a lot about, do I really want to do much to it? And no, I don't want to do much, but I do want to do a few things just to make it feel more homey. I'm really into beadboard. My grandma's kitchen was entirely beadboard when I was growing up, and that's one of my main memories. I have grandma's house in my mind when I think about my house. Lace curtains blowing in the breeze. I don't have any big, expensive taste or anything like that, but I want to make it feel very homey and a place my grandkids will remember as being Grandma B's house. So, one thing I did do was change out the pulls in the kitchen. I'll show you a picture. I have pictures of the before and the after, and I'm really happy with those. They look so pretty. And another thing is I want to do more painting. I really love watercolor. It's my favorite. The main reason watercolor is my favorite is because it is so portable and so easy to leave and come back to. You just wet it again with water. Your paints don't dry out. And I like painting with acrylics, but my paints dry out so fast. And I'm just not as good. I'm not as good with acrylic unless I can maybe take a class to learn how to be more loose with it and not try to be so detailed. I have trouble backing up and focusing in. But speaking of acrylic painting, I wanted to tell you about a painting that I just finished. Actually, I still did a few things to it this morning, but I just finished it today, and it's for my sister, and I'm going to try to get it to her soon. My sister's husband passed away in 2024, and she asked me if I would paint a painting of their wedding photo. And the reason she asked me that is because they hired a photographer who did not do a good job. They do not have really great photos of their wedding. So she sent me a couple of choices, and she told me which one was her favorite. So I took her favorite photo from her wedding and I painted an acrylic painting of it. Now I am no professional artist. I do love to paint, and I have painted some portraits before, some of which I think turned out okay and some of which didn't. And I never can, I'm not really good at making it look just like the person. So I'll give you that caveat. And then I'll put up a picture. I'll put a picture on this video of the photograph and then of the painting I did that I plan to get to my sister quickly, and you can see what it looks like. Now, I have thought long and hard about this YouTube channel because I really enjoy making videos, and I don't want to be any kind of, I don't aspire to be any kind of YouTuber or anything like that. But I do like making these videos, and I have some family and friends who enjoy watching them. And I'm no longer on Facebook. I have deactivated my account, and as far as I can tell right now, I'm not planning to go back. A lot of things used to be fun that aren't fun anymore. Let's just put it that way. So with this channel, what I want to do is just kind of update people on my life in place of Facebook. Let people know what's going on with me and what I'm doing. And you know, there are a lot of people who have known me for a long time who never thought I would want to live in the country. And so here I am living in the country. I like to share that with people, with my friends and family. And if somebody else wants to tag along, that's great. I started this channel, I think when I started this channel, I was doing like furniture restoration, because we had a lot of furniture that had been given to us that was not in good shape. So I did sanding and refinishing and painting, and I put that on YouTube. And my drop leaf table that I did got a whole lot of views, and I got some subscribers from that. And if you are one of those people who subscribe to me because I'm refinishing my table, I am planning to do a little bit more of that. Probably when it warms up and I can do things outside, I probably will. I know I have my eye on one piece of furniture that I want to sand down and stain. So, you know, if you want to follow along, that's great. But if you don't enjoy all this other stuff, then feel free. Don't, you know, don't hang around on my account. I'm not trying to like boost anything or anything. I just can't stop looking out my window. I wonder if I can turn you and show you the view I have out my office window. I just love it so much, and I'll tell you, I really loved it when the cows were out there. But anyway, that's where we are. That's where I am. That's what's happening right now, and that's what's happening right now, and I think I will just let you go on that note, and I will see you next time. I won't see you next time. I think I'll just... I almost said I'll see you next time, which I don't see you. You see me, so you'll see me next time. Bye.